Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll run on first down. Drummond. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, Drummond. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down, Murray. This one caught by Ridley. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now Trubisky on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, Timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 53 is the mark. 53. Check 53. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Hey, watch 7.
Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
For a rookie first rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Goes right side, and that's complete. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short, and now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From the 16, Murray. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
To throw is Murray. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 23 yards to pick up there. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock it.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Deron Payne never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's able to find Diggs. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy.
And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cooper was the intended target. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Mike, you run. Motion. 53 to Mike. 53, check 53. Hey, alert. I smell fear in that offense.
Now it's Trubisky. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Alert. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Right here. Check. 53 Mike. Check.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Steelers nothing.
Go! Right, Mike. Go. Slam. Red, up. Move. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Rip right. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They run with Hines. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Check. 18. Hey, Mike 52.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Let's go.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. Murray now on first down. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Murray, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
It's complete to Diggs. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz game. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
50 seconds to Mike. Quick talk.
Murray looks to throw again. 2nd and 10. He's got it. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
You better bring. You better bring. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, go. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Now Murray again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go, D.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Alert. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Come on. 53 to Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Let's go.
Now Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
53 to Mike. 53. Small. Hey, man. Watch the booth. Watch the booth. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Let's go.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Open is Powell. That's complete. 12 yards that time, at a Pittsburgh first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
53 to Mike.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now it's Hines. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Murray now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Ready. Time to end it. Choose the mic. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Here's Murray from midfield. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Lock in, lock in. Hey, 18.
Now it's Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jared Davis coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On 2nd and 9, Murray under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Murray with a 3rd and long. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 1st down, Murray. Letting one fly deep for... This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big pickup of 38. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Murray now on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
They go play action with Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Here I come again. Hey, wahoo. Check. 53.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Drummond. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check three, check left. Mike 5-2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Drummond. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Jones on the return. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is down at the 48, a pickup of 4 score that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
10. Hey, 18. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 80 weapons.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 81 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Jay Sternberger, his 1st touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Trubisky to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nyheim Hines, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. This is Hines. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Steelers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Johnson running right. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. On 1st down, Hines. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they are able to cut into that lead. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions.
take over
Good one,
first and
boys.
10.
Let's go.
At
Let's
their
go.
own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Out. Box down. Stand up in.
And they will take a knee here.
Murray on the keeper.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Baltimore, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks.